I'm back with my dishevelled and horrible facial hair and look, and today it's back to doing my food diary, and my camera is over here for a change to show off the puppy. Honey's in the corner there, and I will move this and give everyone a bit of seasickness. I move it up. There we go. Okay, far better this week. Only one takeout, and that was McDonald's, which I had mentioned in the previous video. Apart from Tuesday, though, I managed to be just over 15 calories or under. Tuesday, well over. Occasionally I get odd cravings, odd as in for kebab or some other type of food. And recently I've had a craving for Welsh rarebit. So I've decided that when I have managed to keep for a week my calorie intake under 1,500 calories for the whole week, I will have the following weekend Welsh rarebit. The reason I'm using this as a treat because it's cheesy sauce and it's extremely unhealthy. I usually reserve that for things like macaroni cheese and stuff like that. Recently I've subscribed to a lady called Holly Honjo, and I apologise if I've mispronounced her name. I've put a link in the description below, and I've started doing it this morning. It took me a little bit longer than the actual video taken. It wasn't too bad. I managed to get through it and managed to do the workout video. I was a little bit knackered at the end of it, but it wasn't difficult enough that it was like, oh my God, I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm going to be trying to do that every other day in the morning to get up and then do a little bit of exercise and do that for maybe a week or two, and then try to increase it and do it every day. Once I've done that and I've got used to it and it's not much of a challenge anymore, I'm either going to add to it or I'm going to change what I'm doing to something completely different, also for variety's sake as well. As for my weigh-in, I've lost 2 pounds. It's not a lot, but it's not to be sniffed at. I was 23 stone and 4 pounds last Monday, and I'm now 23 stone and 2 pounds. There's been a little bit of up and down during the week, but that's normal. You fluctuate quite often. My main aim is to lose 2 to 3 pounds per week. One of the main reasons I'm trying to do a nice slow weight loss as well is skin sag or excess skin. I'm hoping that with a bit more exercise added into it, and the fact that I'm only losing 2 to 3 pounds a week, that either my skin will slowly return back to some semblance of normality with not being lots of excess skin, or generally filled out a bit more with muscle rather than fat. To help with that, I will eventually be going to the gym, but at the moment it's mostly cardio that I'll be looking at just to increase my heart rate. So from here on to the important bits, and we shall start with Monday and my food diary. As every week starts with Monday, we start with Monday lunch, which was a tuna mayonnaise salad with a small amount of cheese and some fruit. I'm now aiming to have just one focal point on my lunches, so I will have a bit of quiche or a bit of cheese or some chicken, and not have cheese with every single salad or multiple items for salads. Dinner, the ever popular Sunday roast, or should I say Monday roast? Maybe just a roast. Same old, consisting of chicken, potatoes, veg and stuffing balls. And at some point during the Monday, the dreaded donut made a return, or finished off, probably to be more accurate. Tuesday, lunch was definitely not a carb-free lunch, as it was crumpets. We had actually forgotten about and needed to use, so that's our excuse for having crumpets that day. So we had toasted crumpets with 2 having plenty of butter, well, clover anyway, and 1 with some peanut butter on it. Sacrilege, I know, but I had a craving for peanut butter, and a banana for afters. For dinner, I thought I would give an example of how not to do a healthy salad. Totally for educational purposes, of course. And also this is where my decision to do a single main item actually stems from as well. But anyway, on the salad I had a pork pie, a bit of quiche. My quiches, I tend to have an eighth of a standard sized quiche. Also had a heaping spoon of sriracha mayo chicken with some sweet corn mixed through it. This is leftover chicken from the Sunday roast. As this was so low on the healthy mark, I decided to compound compound the issue by munching on some chocolate to round it off. So now you know what not to do. Aren't you grateful? Wednesday, lunch was a lot better than dinner, that's for certain. Had a quiche salad again, with a little bit of coleslaw with it. Dinner, on the other hand, McDonald's. Been looking forward to this. We are so glad that McDonald's is open again because we haven't had one for 3 months. So not much I can say about that really. You can see what it is. Not healthy, but just in case I'll do a rundown anyway. So had a Big Mac, chicken nugs, a single mozzarella stick, and the crack cocaine of Mackie D's, a double cheeseburger. At least there was some veg buried in there somewhere. I think there's some in the Big Mac. I'm not quite sure about the double cheeseburger. But if we ignore the salt content, the calorie was not too bad. It was still under the 2500, and that's including the sweet chili sauce, which I forgot to put on MyFitnessPal. Thursday, I had a nice bit of Stilton salad. I love Stilton. All my standard stuff with lettuce buried at the bottom and a little coleslaw on top. And for a sweet treat, I thought I would chop up some strawberries and some bananas and just make a nice little kind of pudding type thing. Dinner was a treat for my flatmate. Her auntie used to make a corned beef, mashed potato and baked bean pie. So I did this, and it was literally just corned beef, mashed potato, baked beans in some pastry. I entitled this Karina's Nostalgia Pie. It was okay. It was a bit bland for my liking, but it was the way it used to be made. Friday was a simple quiche salad with scrummy strawberries for afters. Not much I can say about that really, except strawberries. UK classic of fish and chips for tea, served with peas. Buttered bread to make the ubiquitous chips sarnie. The fish and chips was basically all sort of like store-bought. It wasn't from a chippy or anything. And to satisfy a craving for supper, I had a simple peanut butter sandwich. And despite going back to a carved lunch on Saturday and for Sunday, I decided to have another salad. I had a quiche salad with the only difference is I added some Doritos, some Heatwave Doritos to it, and had some fruits for afterwards. And it was very nice. It was nice having some crisps. In my defense, I used the same argument for dinner this day as I did last week. If I'm going to eat off a toddler's plate, blah blah blah. My childish entree consisted of smiley faces, basically mashed potato in emoji form, Peppa Pig spaghetti, and Bird and Matthews turkey unicorns. At least they're meant to be unicorns, but I thought they looked more like breaded pinatas. And with the ketchup on top, it looks like I went on a unicorn hunting rampage. Oh yeah, and a slice of bread, because there is no better way to devour your unicorn than a slice of bread with some potato that is simply joyous at you chomping through it. And people say they can't eat fish with its head on, as it stares at you whilst you eat it. But feed their kids unicorns, smiling faces, and children's cartoons characters. Was yummy though. Sunday, I forgot to take a photo for my lunch, so there's no picture here. So you just have to imagine over this blank screen a picture of a cheese and salad sandwich, which consisted of 2 best of both slices of bread with some clover, some cheese, some cucumber, some lettuce, and a little bit of ranch, sandwiched together, cut in half, and looking all nice and pretty on a plate. I had that with some more Doritos and a banana. And finally, for Sunday, for my dinner, standard Sunday roast, and we had it on a Sunday for a change, which was very nice, along with my glass of strawberry milk. And it's not just any milk, but it's M&S milk. Well, that was my week in Nom's form. Well, it's pretty good overall, with one day being a bit too much in the way of calories. Surprisingly, not being the day we had McDonald's. I do notice that I have been so accustomed to having fruit and veg each day that when I don't have fruit and veg in that day, that I kind of miss it. I'm still missing my suppers. I love my suppers. I crave suppers. It's probably one of my favourite meals in the day. You can have your breakfast and you can have your other foods, but I like supper. The other thing I'm noticing is when I've got fruit in the fridge, I tend to levitate towards eating that rather than sweeties. So if we've got sweeties and we've got fruit in the fridge, I seem to be eating the fruit. So if there's strawberries or grapes or something, I'd rather pick at that. The only problem with that is I tend to forget to put it on my Fitness Pal, whereas I don't forget to put on the chocolate. But I suppose at least it's low in calories, maybe high in sugars, but at least they're natural sugars. So that's another week done and over with, and let's see if I can manage to keep this week under 1,500 calories so I can have my Welsh rarebit, which I really, really want, and see how we go for the next 7 days and see if I can manage it. So stay safe and have fun, and I'll see you all in a week's time.